Welcome to our video on safe driving in challenging weather conditions in Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka experiences a variety of weather challenges that can affect road safety. In this comprehensive guide, we'll explore how to navigate these conditions safely. Part 1: Driving in Rain. Let's start with driving in the rain, a common occurrence in Sri Lanka. Tip number 1: Use your headlights. Rain reduces visibility, so always turn on your headlights, even during daylight hours. This helps other drivers see you better. Tip number 2: Reduce speed. Slow down when driving in the rain. Wet roads reduce tire traction, making it easier to lose control at higher speeds. Tip number 3: Increase following distance. Leave more space between your vehicle and the one in front of you. This gives you more time to react to sudden stops. Tip number 4: Avoid sudden maneuvers. Make gradual turns and avoid abrupt braking or acceleration. Sudden movements can lead to skidding. Tip number 5: Check your tires. Ensure your tires have proper tread depth and are in good condition. Bald tires are more prone to hydroplaning. Tip number 6: Defog your windows. Use your defroster and air conditioning to keep your windows clear of fog and condensation. Tip number 7: Be cautious at puddles. Drive around large puddles, and if you can't avoid them, slow down to prevent hydroplaning. Tip number 8: Stay away from flooded roads. Never attempt to drive through flooded roads. You may not be able to gauge the water's depth, risking engine damage and loss of control. Tip number 9: Use windshield wipers and defroster. Keep your windshield wipers in good condition and use them to maintain clear visibility. Tip number 10: Plan ahead. Check weather forecasts before your journey and, if possible, postpone trips in heavy rain. Part 2: Driving in Fog. Now, let's discuss driving in fog, which can significantly reduce visibility. Tip number 1: Use fog lights. If your vehicle is equipped with fog lights, use them along with your low-beam headlights. Avoid high beams, as they reflect off the fog and reduce visibility further. Tip number 2: Reduce speed. Slow down considerably in foggy conditions. Fog impairs your ability to see obstacles ahead. Tip number 3: Use defrosters and ventilation. Keep your windows clear of fog by using your defroster and adjusting the ventilation system. Tip number 4: Stay in your lane. In heavy fog, it's crucial to stay in your lane. Avoid making lane changes unless absolutely necessary. Tip number 5: Use roadside markings. Follow the road centerline and edge markings to stay on course. Tip number 6: Maintain a safe following distance. Keep a generous following distance behind the vehicle in front of you to allow for sudden stops. Tip number 7: Listen for traffic. Roll down your windows to listen for approaching vehicles, especially at intersections. Tip number 8: Be prepared to stop. Be ready to stop quickly if you encounter a sudden obstacle or traffic slowdown. Part 3: Driving in Strong Winds. Lastly, let's explore driving in strong winds, which can be challenging, especially for high-profile vehicles. Tip number 1: Maintain a firm grip. Keep both hands on the steering wheel to maintain control of your vehicle in gusty winds. Tip number 2: Reduce speed. Slow down to reduce the impact of wind gusts on your vehicle's stability. Tip number 3: Watch for debris. Strong winds can blow debris onto the road. Stay vigilant and be prepared to react to unexpected obstacles. Tip number 4: Maintain a safe following distance. Keep a safe following distance from the vehicle in front of you to allow for sudden maneuvers caused by wind gusts. Tip number 5: Be cautious on bridges and elevated roads. Winds are often stronger on bridges and elevated roads. Exercise extra caution when driving on these structures. Tip number 6: Secure loose items. Ensure that any loose objects in your vehicle are properly secured to prevent them from becoming projectiles in strong winds. Part 4: Driving in Other Weather Conditions. Sri Lanka can also experience other challenging weather conditions like heavy sun glare and monsoons. In sunny conditions with intense glare, use sunglasses to reduce eye strain and glare from the sun. During monsoons, follow the previously mentioned tips for rain driving, and be prepared for rapidly changing weather conditions. To sum it up, driving in challenging weather conditions requires adapting to the situation, reducing speed, increasing following distance, and maintaining clear visibility. By following these guidelines for driving in the rain, fog, strong winds, and other weather challenges, you can ensure your safety and that of others on the road. Thanks for watching, and remember, safe driving in all weather conditions starts with preparedness and caution.